About 17 years ago, my wife Janet and I went to the Dominican Republic. That was actually our honeymoon. And we spent 2 weeks there, had a great time. Everything went as according to plan. Great food, great weather, nice accommodations and so forth. And then it came time to come back home. So we were in the airport in Santo Domingo, and I heard my name called over the loudspeaker and was asked to go to the podium because they needed to talk to me about something. When I got there, they didn't have anything to talk to me about, but they said, you need to come with us, and took me downstairs into a cramped office that had an air conditioner that was barely running, told me to sit in the chair and someone would be back to talk to me. Okay, so I'm sitting there, and about 15 minutes later, two people come in, and I said, what's going on? Why am I down here? No, we really don't know, but we need you to be here, and we need you to sit in the chair. Okay, being a compliant individual and being someplace where I didn't know how things were going to go, I was sitting in the chair. They took off. About 15 minutes later, another couple of guys come in, and I asked them what's going on, and I got the same thing. Sit in the chair. We don't know what's going on. But while they were standing there, this young lady with a very tight pair of pants that was very demonstrative of her outstanding figure walked by. And these two guys are looking at each other like, yeah, this is all right. Check that out. And then they started looking at me going, hey, pretty good, huh? Yeah, okay, fine. Why am I here? We really don't know. Now it's 20 minutes to the departure of the plane, and I'm still down in the bowels of the airport trying to figure out what's going on. And back at that time, loading airplanes in Santo Domingo wasn't very sophisticated because the plane was out on the tarmac and the people had to walk out of the terminal and go up the passenger gangway into the plane. 10 minutes before departure, I still don't know why I'm there. I'm there all by myself, and I see these people walking to the plane that's about 50 yards away, and among them is my wife. And I'm looking for someone to come and tell me what's going on, and there's nobody around. So I'm still sitting there thinking I'm going to be left in Santo Domingo, and I'm going to have to find my way back on another flight. Someone finally comes in and says, Senor, you better get moving. You're going to miss your plane. So I had to haul ass across the tarmac because the guys were starting to pull the gangway away from the plane. And I finally got there and got a bunch of guff, not only from the ground crew, but from the stewardess saying, you were almost going to miss this plane. And I said, okay, cool. But I'm here now. Let's take off. So here we are 17 years later, and I still don't know why they had me go downstairs.